Hi everyone, back again with a new video. Today I'm going to talk about a friend I once had. Unfortunately, it didn't end well between us and we are no longer friends, but I want to voice what actually happened because I never really got to, and it left me feeling excluded and judged, and I don't know, I just want to sort of get it out there, I guess. Me and this girl were friends from about age 5, 6, and then we became best friends when I was about 7. So I'm not going to say her name for privacy reasons, but I suspect that a lot of people that watch this might actually know who it is. It was a very sort of big deal at the time because we'd been best friends for so long and we were inseparable. So when we did part ways, it was quite a dramatic time, I guess. She was a lot like me. We were sort of quite introverted but sort of crazy and nuts once you got to know us. And you know, we felt comfortable with each other. We were best friends. She'd come over to my house a lot. We played with our toy horses, and then at school we'd pretend we were horses and we'd draw horses, and so inevitably she became a horse girl like me. And, you know, that was awesome. I'm not quite sure how the friendship actually started. We just sort of knew each other, and then when we were in the same class, we sort of bonded, and then boom, friendship. Towards the end, it was quite difficult because she got to the point where she was almost more of the horse girl than me. And since that was what I was known for, then it was quite difficult because I wasn't quite at the jealous point, but I felt sorry for myself, I guess, that I'd sort of been thrown into the background because, you know, all throughout primary school, if anybody wanted a horse drawn for them, they would ask me to do it, and then it sort of got to the point where they would ask her to do it, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, she's got more talent than me, that's okay. And eventually she told me that she was getting a horse, and I was like, okay, this is still cool. And then, you know, when she got riding lessons, she started becoming a better rider than me, and it was, I mean, I was proud of myself because, you know, obviously I was upset for myself, but I was genuinely happy for her because, you know, she was getting what she wanted and she was happy because of that, and so I was happy too. It happened so quickly, like in the space of 5 days, I think it was. So at the time, there was this ongoing joke where if you were in the computer room, you would unplug the mouse and they would wonder why the mouse isn't working, and then you show them the cord and you're like, it's not plugged in. They go, oh, what a great joke. Anyway, obviously her hormones were sort of coming in at that point, and she got really mad when me and a friend did it to her. And, you know, it was the kind of thing that she had also done to us. So, you know, this wasn't like the first time we'd done it or anything. It was a running thing. But yeah, she got really mad about it and she ended up punching me, and I was like, whoa, okay, well, bad day or something. And I was like, okay, that's okay. Then for the rest of the day, she was kind of, you know, quiet and not herself. So my other friends were like, what's going on, are you okay? And, you know, she wasn't really saying anything, so me and the friend that pranked her filled them in. We were like, oh look, we just had you know, it was an innocent joke, and then this happened, and, you know, it set it off again, and she punched me again, and I was like, whoa. Obviously I didn't really want to hang out with her then, because, you know, she'd punched me twice in one day. I stayed away from her for the rest of the day. The next day she came to school with a note, and, you know, it had she was sorry and she didn't mean it or anything, and you know, she still wanted to be friends and everything. So I forgave her. I was like, yeah, okay, bad day. That's all it was. That's fine. And so yeah, I was nice to her again, and, you know, we were hanging out, and then for some reason she was still being really mean. Like I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the school that I got into was sort of prides themselves on their academic abilities, I guess, that their students hold. And my sister managed to get in, and the only reason I got in was because of her getting in. She was saying how I wasn't smart enough to get in there and everything, and I'm like, ouch, you just apologized to me, what's this? So again, I walked away. I didn't want to hang out with her. And then my other friends sort of followed me at that point rather than stay with her. And you know, I mean, I would have been fine if they stayed with her, it's just that I didn't want to be involved with that, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave. And so I did. For the next 3 days, I think, she was sort of on her own, and you know, the other friends were with me, and I was still salty about it because, you know, she hadn't apologized or anything, so I wasn't gonna make the first move because I didn't think that I had to. But like I said, it happened all very quickly, and then after those 3 days, she was gone. She'd moved schools because I was her best friend. They were asking me why she'd left, and I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, she was punching me and she was bullying me, and I think she was just, I didn't want to hang out with her anymore, so I guess she was feeling lonely, so I guess that's why she left. And I remember a few people telling me, oh, I thought she told us that you were the one that bullied her. And that really made me upset because I was like, I didn't do anything. I played a harmless joke with somebody else, and she'd done it to us too before that. So for the last 2 years of primary school, I was feeling excluded and judged because despite me saying to them I didn't bully her, obviously they'd heard her story first, and they probably would have believed that one more because she was not an aggressive person. You know, you couldn't believe that she would have done that. And for some reason, I guess people would believe that I would have done that more, and so they believed her side of the story. And I don't think people were judging me. I think that sort of blew over fairly quickly, but it's just, that's, I guess, sort of where my insecurity started, and I was feeling quite alone, but fortunately my other friends stayed with me. Even after she left though, there was still drama because there was this new girl, and she was really nice, she liked horses too, but she went to the same riding school that this other friend went to, and so they got really close, and you know, had a little bit of a gossip behind my back, I think, and this new girl took her side, and you know, it was like she was passing those messages on to me from this other friend, and so, you know, it was ongoing, and I didn't have any way of getting away from it, you know, even after she left, because there was a messenger girl. Again, though, that did blow over, and you know, we're still great friends and everything, but it was really tough at the time, because, you know, I felt like everyone hated me then, and I hadn't done anything. The real kicker though is when I moved to high school, I learned that when I was, I must have been about 16 or 17, there was this girl at the high school that went to the new primary school that girl went to, if that makes sense. And she told me once, she said to me, oh yeah, I remember her. She told me to look out for you because you're a real bitch. She'd still been spreading rumors about me to people that I didn't even know. And that's what really got me, because you'd think it would have passed by then, but she still hates me. Once primary school was over, I hate being on bad terms with people. I want to work things out. I hate it. And so this was a couple years later, I finally reached out to her on this game that we both had. I messaged her and I'm like, look, can we put this whole thing behind us? We were best friends for so long. I'm sorry if I did anything to hurt you, and you know, I want to be friends with you again. I don't want this one thing to affect us forever. I don't want to be like that. And I never got a response. So, I mean, I still hold the position of being the bigger person and trying to reach out to her, but I mean, look, she's not having it. It just sucks because she was such a big part of my childhood, and I just sort of want to forget about her, but I can't now because she was there so much. I think the reason that I'm doing this as a video is because I feel so much guilt for it still, and I don't know why, because I know that I didn't do anything wrong, and it's affected a lot of my friendships now. I'm sort of walking on eggshells a lot of the time when I'm sort of making new friends, and it really has affected the way I communicate with people. And it shouldn't, because it wasn't my fault. I don't know why I'm feeling all this guilt, but I thought that actually saying it out loud to the public might help in some way. I guess I'm okay with her not being my friend, because then, you know, she might be a very dramatic person now and it could lead to a lot of fights, but at the same time I have so much regret for being her friend for that long. And when I was friends with her, I realized how much of a bitch I was to other people rather than her, because we were so tight and we just wanted to hang out with each other that, you know, if somebody else wanted to come and play with us, we would say, no, go away, we don't want to play with you. And looking back, I was so wrong to have done that, especially because the person that we did it to most is now, like, she was the one that stuck with me the most when this other girl left, and ironically, she was the girl's best friend before we were best friends. So when they were like 4 or 5, they were best friends, and then when I became best friends with her, they sort of separated, and me and that girl hated each other. You know what, I'm gonna use names here. I'm just gonna say M as the person that now hates me, and S as the other best friend. So M and S were best friends from like 4 or 5, and then from 6 or 7 I was best friends with M all throughout till 10 or 11, and then me and S were best friends, and we're still best friends. And I don't know why she wanted to be friends with me after the way I treated her. I'm sorry. It makes you realize, like, she did make me a bad person, and it probably is best that she's gone. I mean, to be honest though, I hope that one day I can run into her just on the street or something and just lay it all out there and just tell her that she hurt me, and she's hurt me for a long time, and I'm still hurting. And if any of the primary school folk are watching this, can you like send this to her if you're friends with her? Because I need her to know my side of the story, because I never got to tell her. If you're in a friendship or a relationship where they're kind of making you a bad person, or they're changing you in some way, just let them go, honestly. Like, you don't deserve that. They don't deserve you. You deserve better. Okay, that's all I have to say. Sorry for the rant. It's over. Bye.